On. Good fish. Good fish. Might be my biggest flathead ever. Oh, not hooked very well. Not hooked. Yes! Oh, it's a cracker. Wowee. Look at that. Unbelievable. Alright, so good morning everyone and welcome back to another video. So this is going to be the first full kayak video. So I've just paddled out through the canal systems and we're going to make our way to the other side and we're just going to fish the mud banks. Just going to explore some new area, hopefully find a few new good spots. We might even beach the kayak and just go off the land if we have to. So we'll just make our way over to these mud banks. It's going to be pretty windy today, 10 to 15 knot northerly, but we get over to this other side, we'll get plenty of protection from the wind. So alright, so here's an idea of what we're going to be throwing around today. So we've got some little hard bodies, so some dye with double clutches. We have two of those, one bigger one, one smaller one. And we also have some Z-Man plastics, so we have a little paddle tail one, and we also have a little grub one as well. So there's a few options what we have. I think I'm going to target some of these sandbanks, so it's low tide at the moment. So I might go all the way around over there and fish some sandbanks with some hard bodies to start off with. And then later on we might go into those canals and those little systems over there with some plastics as well. So I reckon that's going to be the start. So before the wind picks up, we'll hit some trees and some shallow sandbanks, and then we'll move over and target some shallow estuaries. Alright, so I beached the kayak and all we're going to do is just walk out and just have a few casts over these shallow sandbanks. Always an extremely good area for flathead and fish. So hopefully there's a big girl wait. Oh, stingray right here. Look at him, there he goes. Stingrays. I reckon we're just gonna get in the kayak and just have a drift through here. So we'll drift through there and then we'll just keep moving, keep covering some ground and hopefully find a few fish. On. Oh, dropped him. On. Got him. He had two goes at that. Decent little fish. Decent fish. He had a couple goes at that. First floodie of the morning. So I was just casting up on the sandbanks and I felt something tap it and I was like, oh, surely not. And I casted there again and he came back. Oh, he's not hooked very well. Not hooked very well at all. Ooh. There he goes, got him. It's a solid fish. It's definitely not easy to net fish on a kayak. I'm just gonna go up on the bank and then de-hook him, get a photo with him and then chuck him back in. What a beautiful little fish. Little dye with double clutch. It's so good when you're casting up onto sandbanks like this. Any hunting flathead, they just can't really resist it. They just smack it. It's a good start to the morning. That's our first bite and we pull this guy up. 54 centimetre fish to start off the morning. And there's the lure which we caught it on, the dye with double clutch right there. Just a small one in a little prawn colour. Okay, so let's get her back going. Solid 54 centimetre fish to start off the morning. Right back where she belongs. Off she goes. See you later, big girl. Beautiful start to the morning, and let's just continue fishing. So do the same thing, just target that drop off and that shallow bank. Let's have a look at this spot though. There's this little this little runway. There's a little island here and then the mainland here. Pretty crazy. Beautiful spot to fish. On. Small one. Oh, he got off. In behind this little island here. On. Good fish. Good fish. Good fish. Good fish. Oh, it's a croc. It's a croc. It's a croc. Oh. Really big, just on this sandbank. I thought I had the bottom. Really big, towing the boat. Just in this little behind this island here. This might be my biggest flathead ever. This is a big fish. I can see him, he's such a pretty fish. Wow. Wow. I don't know if it's my biggest, but it's a very solid fish. Oh, not hooked very well, not hooked. Yes! Oh, it's a cracker. It's a cracker. Whew. Oh, it's a cracker. Yep. Oh, what a fish. What a fish. It's fairly big, fairly big. Oh, I'm soaked. I'm soaked. What a fish. Yes. We'll go over to that mud real quick. That's a big girl. Oh, look at that, everyone. That's a croc. We'll get her up, we'll get the kayak up, and then we'll give her a drink. Give her the respect she deserves. Look at that. Look at that for a fish, everyone. Beautiful flathead. 71 centimeters, just behind this little island thing. I was just thinking, that looks like such a good spot to fish, and bang. We've cracked almost a personal best, 71 centimeters. Look at the colors on that thing. All right, let's go get her going. All right. Put her in the weeds. Beautiful fish. Look at that. Big girl. There she goes. Big girl. So the damage of that flathead, see, one of the one of the little hooks got pulled out. That would have been when it was in the net, when it was thrashing around. It's ripped one of those little hooks off. So we went from 6 hook points to 5. On. Feels like a decent little fish. Oh, there he goes. Bit better now. Oh yeah, not bad. He's only just on. Oh, he's a good little fish. Look at that. Oh, it's another good flatty. I don't really care if he gets off, but see if we can get him. There he is, little 40 to 50 model, probably 40. There he goes. So we've actually drifted out of that little channel now. So that was where we were before. And now we're just going along the bank and we've just picked up that nice little one, probably in the 40s. So there's a weed bed, which is just hugging the bank where the mangroves are, comes out about 10 to 15 meters. And then it goes into like patchy sand. So that's always a really good spot for flathead as well. Patchy sand and weed. Flathead will just, you can get real big flathead and really small flathead in areas like this. It's always a mixture. On. Tiny. Tiny, tiny, tiny. See what I mean? You can get bigger flathead and tiny flathead. See you, mate. All right, let's hit this little island right here, a little bank which goes off it, so flatties can sit off here as well. It's a pretty good spot. That would have hurt. Didn't even get the fish. I want to fish this area before I go over it. Like usually, again, and he missed again. Third time the charm, buddy. I think every time I've been here, there's always been a fish on that little, oh geez, on that branch out there. Almost every time. Told ya. Every time. Oh, what is that? Is that a brim? That's a brim. What are you doing? Hey, pretty aggressive, that little brim. Let's let him go. Nice little brimbo. So anyway, I'm gonna hit one last spot before I go back across to the other side, and it's just this little sandbank on the corner. I've seen some really good fish around this area and I've caught a couple as well. So this is a spot where they hang, and there we go, we're on. We are on. Told you, this is where they hang. Hadn't done anything yet. Oh, it's a good fish. It's a good fish. I might get the net for this one. Yeah, so I just said I was going to hit this point. Oh, that's a good fish. That's a cracker fish. And the hook just fell out. Yeah, so this is the last corner we're going to try before we go back to the other side. Because that wind's meant to pick up heaps. That's probably a 50s, another 50s model. Maybe a little bit bigger. Anyway, it's still a beautiful fish. 56.5. So that's a 56.5 centimeter flathead. Still very green. He pretty much just rolled in. Just let him go right here. Off he goes. So as I was saying, this corner here is home to some really good flatties. It's just a shallow bank, and it's really shallow all throughout here, but they just seem to love it just on this one particular stretch. On. On again. Oh, it's going nuts. Can't tell how big it is yet. It's just, oh, it's a good little fish. Oh yeah, it's good. It's just walking, it's coming in with me. It's another 50 model. Nice little fish. Oh, there she goes. Another little 40 to 50 model. Alright, so one of our last drifts, I think. And we'll get back before this wind gets too hectic. Oh, we've caught a tree. So we'll just drift back along with this wind and then get out of here, I think. Alright everyone, so that's going to mark the end of my first real kayak video. So as you saw, we caught some really good quality fish and we explored some new areas, so that's always good as well. So if you want to see some more kayak videos in the future, then give this video a like and also tell me what fish you want me to chase in the comments below. So anyway guys, hope you enjoyed and I'll see you in the next one.